Today I have a Unibroue Terrible, or Terrible, I guess. I don't speak French. Bottled, I believe, in September 2003. Product of Canada. 10.5% dark ale on lees. Unibroue, Chambly, Quebec, Canada. So, I haven't had one of these probably in 10 years, so we'll see how it is. Cork finish, nice Unibroue on the cap, and also an Unibroue logo on the cork. Moment of truth, we'll see whether it gushes. Cork is coming out okay. Go. Almost nice pop. Cork, it's maybe a little dried out, which is a problem I've had with the Unibroue corks. And let's see how it pours. Now I'm doing this. Let's see how it. It's pretty flat. Nice dark color, but fairly flat. Nice, dark fruit aroma, which is what I would expect. Like, dried, sort of prunes and dried berries. Definitely oxidized. Let's say it's a little flat. Let's see if I'm not any good at this, generate a little bit of a head. It's clearly past its prime. Drinkable. I'll finish it, 750. Sip it slowly, and I won't make you watch me drink it the whole time. So I'll turn the video back on when I'm sort of at the end of it, see if I still like it. Okay, I'm back. I've drunk about maybe 2/3. Actually, we've finished this glass 2/3, and that's about all I'm going to do. This, as it's warmed up, it hasn't gotten any better. The oxidation's gotten stronger, and the kind of enjoyable parts have gone away. So life's too short to drink crappy beer or beer past its prime. Sadly, I think I have probably 6 bottles of this left, so I guess it's going to be used in cooking. Who knows? Anyway, we'll find something else to drink. Thanks. Part 2 of the hostage video. Okay, here I have the Chimay 150th anniversary. Has a French name, Spécial 50, which I guess is special 150. I don't speak French. This was to celebrate 150 years spent at the Abbey of Squaremont. The Chimay Trappist Brewery has developed its exceptional anniversary beer, brewed especially for the occasion, 10% by volume. Now, this is a one-off. I only have one, so decided, what the hell, might as well drink it. It's from 2002, and I believe it's been refrigerated since 2002. It's been under constant refrigeration since I brought it home. Cork is a bit stiff, but nice pop, unlike the Unibroue. Got proper glass, of course, and lots of carbonation. It's not quite fair, but I think the monks are a little better at corking than the folks at Unibroue. Okay. It is a nice golden color. I don't know how much you can see of that on the video. My nose isn't working too well today. I smell beer. Smell Belgian beer. Very nice, very, very Chimay-ish. A little drier, very drier in the finish than maybe I expected. I don't know, that could be even hops. It's a little too cold. I should let it warm up, but I couldn't wait. So I will give you a better review once it's warmed up a bit. So I'm back. I'm enjoying this beer much more than I did the Unibroue. As it warms up, I'm getting a lot of spices are coming through, coriander, and I'm not good on spices. I think cardamom, but I'm not positive. Nice sort of candy sweetness in the finish. It is a bit phenolic, I think. I mean, I'm getting some dryness in my, kind of in the finish on my tongue, which I perceive phenolic that way. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but it's an enjoyable beer. I wish I had more bottles. I wish I'd bought. I remember at the time I thought about buying a case, but it was expensive and didn't know how it was, so I bought one bottle. So I don't know what else to say. This is a good beer, and I'm enjoying it, and I will finish this one down to the dregs. I should expect that from Chimay. Now, this is the 150th anniversary, and it wasn't that long ago, well, probably 10 years, maybe a little longer, 15 years, was drinking the 500th anniversary beer. It's like, whoa, what happened to the 350 years in the meantime? Well, the 500th anniversary, I think, was the 500th anniversary of the founding of the order. This is the 150th year that they've that the Abbey has been where it is today. In between, during the French Revolution, all the abbeys in Belgium, in at least the French-speaking part of Belgium, were because that was part of France at the time, were basically secularized and their assets confiscated, and then later they started to be reconstituted, and I think the Chimay one was resituated in 1862 according to the bottle. The 500th anniversary, I used to drink at the Culminator in Antwerp, and it was one of the problems where I realized I need to keep my mouth shut. It was a really, really good beer, and I told everybody, "Oh, you gotta go have this beer." And then one day we go, and nope, sorry, don't have any more left. Everybody bought it. So now I don't advertise the beers that I like at places because I want to save them for me. I'm selfish. Anyway, enough for the rambling. I'm going to finish this beer and probably call it a night, and probably next weekend I'll do some more. So anyway, cheers, good beers to you. Okay, I guess we're back. So I should quit while I'm ahead, but that's no fun. So I'm going to finish off with a small bottle. It's a nip, 7 ounces, Anchor Old Foghorn, barley wine style A. Now, I've had this for a long time, and they have a date code on the back, and I looked on the internet, and looking at the date code, I found out that the last digit of the year was 6. So I know this wasn't 2016, and I'm pretty damn sure it wasn't 2006. So I think this is a 1996 Anchor Old Foghorn, which, if I remember, the case that I bought was like at a closeout price at a beer store because it was past its best by date. Now this one actually is a crown cap, so I'm opening it, and it's being a little difficult. There was not much pop when I did it. Now I should mention, I'll let the beer warm up a bit. I have my opener. It's a very rare thing you can't see on the video, but this is a signed and numbered bottle opener. It's number 4 from a guy in Antwerp His first name is Manu, and I can't remember his last name. And unfortunately, he passed away a number of years ago. And I think he copied an opener from La Trappe and some other people. But the nice thing about it is it does not damage the cap when you pull it off. It sort of pries off the cap. It doesn't bend it. So for cap collectors, it's really nice. And he made one. I used to buy him beers at the Culminator. He was a regular, and he gave me this as a Christmas present one year. So Anchor Old Foghorn. This is, I believe, from 1996, and it is pretty flat. I say there was no pop when I opened the cap. So I don't know if you can see the color. It's kind of getting dark here. It's actually fairly murky. It's got again, the old barley wine smell. I had someone on Twitter responded to one of my tweets and says, "Why are you always talking about sherry from these moldy beers? You just go buy a bottle of sherry." And I didn't respond. It's hard to explain. But there's something about old beers that when they aged well, they're really enjoyable. And this one is aged well. I mean, it's flat, totally flat. And it's hard to tell because it's dark out, and I've got a light on here. It looks pretty, it's a little murky, and it's very much sherry. You can. It's hard to describe. It doesn't taste. It's a little too cold because I'd complained to the manager serving the beers too cold, which is me because I had it in the fridge and didn't let it warm up before I drank it. Opened it. It's very much sherry, but also there you can taste the malt in there. There's a hint of bitterness from the hop still in there, and all kinds of, I sound repetitious, but sort of dark fruits. I don't get plum on this one or prune. You get sort of more, the dried blackberry kind of thing, and it's not that, but that's what it reminds me of. It's of dried fruits. I say it's a lovely beer. I have probably 8 bottles of this left. So unlike some of the others, this one I'll just keep and savor, and it won't go in the Unibroue I had earlier. Probably will be used mostly in beef stew. So I'm going to let this one warm up a bit, and we'll be back. Okay, you can see it's quite dark now, but luckily I have some light. Finishing up the Anchor Old Foghorn. In a perfect world, I'd say it's past its prime, but it's still an enjoyable beer. I mean, this puts me back to earlier. I was playing some classical music, and all I would need is a cat, and then I'd feel like I was in the Culminator. It gives me that kind of vibe. Lots of sherry, but lots of flavor there. And I'm trying to think, it's probably been 4 or 5 years since I've had a fresh foghorn, but it gives me that nice foghorn vibe, but in an aged way. And I like things as they get old because I'm old now too. Anyway, too many beers, too much rambling. I'm going to sign off till next week. Who knows whether anyone will ever see these. But what the hey. Life's too short to drink crappy beer. So, see you next time.